It's the last of our new beers from M&S that we'll be reviewing on the channel. This is the Brew By Numbers 05 in blue. It's an India Pale Ale, Juicy New England, made specially for Marks and Spencer's. But what's this one going to be like? Can it get to the level of the Polly's, which is still leading the pack? Keep on watching to find out. Welcome back to Rocker's Beer Review. Today we're reviewing this beer. It's a Brew By Numbers beer. It's a 05, but 05 usually associates to the IPAs, but it's in blue, so that's how you can pick it out, being different. It's just called a Juicy New England. It's coming in at 5.5%. It doesn't say what hops it has. It's got a bit of description. It says it's brewed exclusively for Marks and Spencer's. This Juicy New England IPA is packed with vibrant American hops on top of a soft and smooth base, pouring with a bright and naturally hazy glow. The beer unveils a row of tropical fruits and flavours of peach and orange. The result is refreshing, full-blooded, and it also has this little sort of scale on here. So it's got 5 for hops, 3 for bitterness, 4 for haziness, 5 for juiciness. Best before 02/22. It's quite a long best before date. Let's crack this one open. Get it in a glass, see what it's like. £3 this was from Marks and Spencer's. It's the first of the IPAs. I mean, we've had a recent couple that are the two pale ales that are pretty light. So let's see what this one's all about. Well, as it said in the description, it's very orangey. We've got 3 fingers of just off white, but fairly compacted head. Yeah, I mean, look at it. It's beautiful. Orange, almost like an amber coloured there. Smells pretty good already, but let's get some aromas. Yeah, I mean, peach and mango, big aromas with this. Yeah, and a real sort of juicy orange. It's not like a sort of normal sort of orange, which can have a sort of slight tinge of bitterness, but this is a real sweet sort of satsuma sort of orange. But peach is quite dominant. It smells really inviting. I'm going in. Cheers, everyone. It's nice and soft, as you'd expect from a New England style IPA. Peach and mango, quite big, but they're sort of quite light. Sometimes when you're getting those peach and mango sort of flavours in an IPA, they can, and generally stone fruit sort of flavours, they can be sometimes a little bit quite strong, and you almost get to a sort of dank level of strength, you know, really. They're very sort of strong flavours, but the peach comes in and it's fairly light, and even though you're getting a bit of the mango in there, it's still quite light. 5.5%, so it's quite a light IPA really in terms of ABV. Yeah, I mean, it's got quite a soft taste, but it's a little thin, I think, for an IPA. So you get the flavour's really sort of peach, mango. Then there's a sort of a slight drying bitterness on the back end. And it's sort of almost like an orange. So you've got that orange in the aroma. It was quite a sort of bright, fruity sort of orange, but it's a very slight bitterness of that sort of orange peel really on the back end. It's certainly very, very pleasant. It's a nice looking beer, and it's a nice tasting beer. But it's almost getting to that point where it's like an American Pale Ale really, an APA. American Pale Ale, APA, yeah, APA was right the first time. It's very much like that. So you've got those sort of zestiness from oranges in here, and you're getting stone fruit on the front end. You're not getting much in terms of citrus. You're not getting any pineapple or grapefruit. It's very much similar to those some of the recent IPAs that we've had, with much more of that stone fruit. It seems like stone fruit flavours are really starting to dominate this. I mean, it says it's packed with hops. I mean, what sort of hops I'd be guessing really, but I'll expect the things like, you know, your Citra, Mosaic, Simcoe, probably something like Galaxy or Eldorado. Maybe even Chinook, actually. Although that usually has more of a grapefruit. Definitely orangey. But it's quite light. It's and I don't think it's a New England. The more I taste it, I think it's New England in the fact that it's fairly soft and the carbonation is quite low. But flavour-wise, it's much more pushing towards that West Coast sort of side, opposed to the East Coast. You're not getting those bright citrus, pineapple, grapefruit flavours. You're getting strong peach and mango. Maybe even, could you put a bit of apricot in there, a bit of passion fruit, orange, those sort of flavours, which I always still associate with West Coast. But £3 from Marks and Spencer's, it's not bad. It's not bad at all, in fact. Let's get some scores. Okay, the scores are in for the Brew By Numbers 05. This is an India Pale Ale. It's a juicy New England style, 5.5% in the 440ml can from Marks and Spencer's for £3 a can. It's not bad. Let's start with the aroma. So the aroma was very much in that sort of peach and mango. And in fact, the more I smell it now, it was very sort of bright and fresh when I first sort of popped it open and put it in the can. But now it's warmed a little bit and it's been sitting in the glass. It's starting to get a little bit more of those really sort of the mango and the peach and sort of apricot are really sort of getting a bit stronger now than they first sort of smelled. It smelled very juicy, but now it's sort of slight dank sort of tone. It smells quite nice. I'm giving it a 13. Also a bit of orange in that aroma. And that's going through to the appearance. It's very sort of orangey. Look at that colour. I mean, it looks really nice, actually. It's a really sort of golden, sort of orange colour with a sort of slight sort of ambery, coppery sort of tinge to it. Very hazy. Thin little bit of head there, still retained. Nice lace in the glass. I'm giving that one an 8 out of 10 for appearance. Flavour-wise, well, like the aromas, they're very much the stone fruits as quite dominant in the flavour. And then there's a sort of back end of a bit of orange, sort of almost like an orange rind, really, in terms of flavour. We're not getting much in terms of citrus, lemon, lime, and grapefruit. Obviously, we're getting the orange in there, a bit of passion fruit. Much more those sort of flavours that you expect from an American pale ale, more the West Coast side. There's not really any bitterness. There's a slight sort of orange peel as a bitterness sort of flavour, but not overly bitter. It's all on a very sort of soft profile, very much like a New England style beer. But again, when it comes to New England IPAs, I just want something a little bit more. I want that freshness. I want the grapefruit. I want the zestiness. I want pineapples and grapefruits, and I want a bit of mango in there. But this is sort of dominant, the stone fruit dominant, which we have had on quite a few recent IPAs. Actually, it's not bad. It's not the worst IPA I've had, certainly New England style, but it does seem we're getting more New England style IPAs that have more stone fruit flavours. And I don't know whether it's just that I went through a phase where I was getting a lot of New England IPAs that had much more of that pineapple up front flavour, but it seems like they're quite rare these days. Flavour-wise, I'm giving it 32. Value for money, well, this can is £3. I think that's worth £3 of anyone's money, really. It's a solid, if not remarkable, IPA. I'm giving it 8 out of 10. And then my overall experience, it's a nice, and I use that sort of word so much. I notice in my other videos I'm used to saying, oh, it's a nice beer, it's a nice beer. It's not stunning, it's not a tremendous, it's not a real fruit bomb of a drink. If you like stone fruit flavours, it's quite nice. It's still a little mellow in terms of those stone fruits. The more I drink it, the more I'm thinking, yeah, we've had IPAs that have got a stone fruit flavour, but they're quite strong. This is almost like, not quite at that level. It's helped by this soft, very soft sort of profile. And to be honest, it's very easy drinking. 5.5%. It reminds me a little bit of the London Beer Company, their Jungle, I don't know, I think it's called Jungle Juice, Jungle Run or so, Jungle something. which that was a New England Pale, but actually came in at about 5.5% as well. Similar to that. So if you've tried that and you like it, then you probably would like this as well. Very dominant on stone fruits. It's a very agreeable beer. I'm trying to think of different adjectives to use to describe it. Really, it's not spectacular. It's not the best flavour that I've tasted, but it's still got very little bitterness, and it goes down a treat, and it's £3. So 13 for overall experience. Top those scores up, we get a very good recommended 74 out of 100. This is not a bad beer. I mean, all of the M&S beers have been pretty good. I don't think anything great. I think if I tried them all again, I might bump up that Polly's one, because I think it actually, as a pale ale, they had a lot more flavour, and it was very much more the flavour that I expect when I buy Polly's, when I'm paying £4.50 for that. So that's pretty reasonable, really. All of these beers are solid. I'm probably not going to review now the other ones that I had on the sort of, when I did the short showcase sort of thing, because I know that them ones have been in the supermarket for a while. I have tasted one of the little can, the Anarchy Brewing Company, the Citra IPA, Session IPA. I didn't think that was that great, to be honest. It probably would have been the worst, but I'm not going to review that one. And the the Chuggernaut one, actually I've had that one as well, and that was not bad, actually. That was probably better than this, So go to M&S and try these beers. Let me know. I know there's other beers there. I've seen Big Sip do a chocolate porter that he thought was pretty good as well, and that was an M&S beer. I didn't even really notice that one. So it's worth having a little. If you've got an M&S close to you, worth to go down there and see what they've got. Pick up a couple of the beers. Definitely pick up the Polly's one, because I think that was pretty good, pretty damn good. So 74. I'm going to slide it down slow and easy, and until the next one, keep on rocking.